Hello, welcome back. Adam and Rotimi here again. This time we're going to go through the event form. We're going to look at the risk assessment. So again, as with the previous video, everything will be linked down below in the description, so you'll be able to click on it to get taken to this resource. So this page here is our SharePoint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the beautiful SharePoint.
yeah, we're updating it at the moment to make it a bit more user friendly.
Yeah.
Basically, what it is a repository where everything is, you can download everything from. So we're going to go to here, go click on the link in the description, click on event form for or not off campus, which you've already done, and then we're going to go to the risk assessment. So the risk assessments section is the most important bit of the event form. It's where all the information that we will make all the information goes that we then decide whether or not the event can go ahead.
Yeah.
So as execs, you are responsible for your society. You know?
Yeah, very responsible. So you don't just think your event will get approved without, going through the risk.
Yeah, and we've tried to make it really easy for you again.
Yeah.
So the form's quite straightforward. Subject of the risk assessment, you put what it is. The previous video said we were going to type it all in, but we're not. I think that just confuses things. So you put the subject of your risk assessment, the date, and the review date. The review date we use a year ahead. Where your event is taking place in B4. The risk assessor is you. The risk owner is UBU. And then in cell B5, you put the details of your event.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. And then in B7, it's got a bit links to NGBs, associations, etc. So this, for example, is if you're doing a five-a-side football tournament. Yeah, Aikido, good example.
Yeah, Aikido.
You could link it to the national governing body for Aikido, and then we can go on there and look to check your risk assessment against the risk assessments that they have. So it's a sort of an admin thing for us. And then you fill in this section in row 9 and 10 with your information, but then below, from row 14 onwards, this is where you put the information about your risk assessment. So when you're doing the events, you need to think, what are the risks that we're going to have, and it could be anything. So
anything.
For example, me and Rotimi, we want to move a really heavy bicycle from one route to another. Not that we'd ever do an event form for that, but so you'd have to consider all the risks of that. Injury through moving the bikes. How are you going to get the bike? So the different columns here, column A, B, C, D. So column A, what are the hazards? So for the example here, fire. Who might be harmed and how? So have a think about the activity that you're doing. Who might be harmed? Well, anybody who gets affected by fire would be harmed. How would they be harmed? Smoke, exhalation, burns. It's common sense, really. What you're already doing. Ensure that everyone knows where the fire assembly points are. Do you need to do anything else to control the risk? That kind of thing.
Yeah, and if you, for instance, you have food, so you need to think of the risk bringing food to the event. So, for instance, you could have food poisoning or someone reacting, differently. So, all of these things are very important for us to, in approving your event. So,
yeah. So what we're doing again, we'll make it really easy. So I'm going to click the next tab. So we've spent the morning doing this. So we've got this online training resource.
Yeah.
Click on the link. You need to be logged into your student union account, and all of these links here. Meet and greet, charity stall, movie screening, talk for Black History Month. These are all real risk assessments for events that were last year. We've removed the student information, but everything else is on there. So these have been approved. These have been through the process. We've tried to find something for everything, so we've got like a sports club meal at an external venue, an academic society seminar with an external speaker, a religious society talk with an external speaker, NWO social inside the building, NWO social outside the building, charity dinner, tree planting, football game, bowling, food. So for the food one, there's.
I think it should be charity dinner.
No, I've not added it yet. I'm going to add it in a minute. It's the Nigerian Society NWO Gala.
Which
had lots of food.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to go to these, click on them. So I'm going to click on one, for example. Oh, it's Black. Oh no, that's different.
No.
Black History Month closing ceremony. Click on that. I don't think there was food there. So you can see here. And then you can have a look, and there's all of the risk and risks. Tripping has a technical difficulty as food. Now that's not a big enough thing for food. It's
Yeah, I think it
modified.
was just a minimal kind of food.
Anyway, we're going to do a separate one on food.
Yeah.
So you can see here are all the risks, and these risk assessments, as labelled, you can copy and paste into yours. So you can pick and choose what you want. So let's look for another one. Religious society talk with an external speaker. So again, having speakers is a bit of an issue because of the prevent and all that kind of stuff. So we need to know who's going to talk. So this was ISOC last year. They did a great event where they got the community involved, and they had a Dr. Haifa Yunus came to give a talk about teachings of Islam. So there's information about the in row 51, information about the guy here, but then in the risk assessment section, it's got what you would do, tripping hazards, lighting hazards, tech systems, first aids. So you can copy and paste this into yours, but it's really important that you understand what you're copying and pasting.
Yeah.
In addition to these templates, what am I saying? In addition to the templates, there's also a more generic risk assessment template. So we'll link that down in the description as well.
Yep.
So when you're doing your risk assessment, just have a go, cut and paste everything. It's like Lego. Put it all together. Just think of all the risks.
Pretty much that.
Yeah, it'll be nice and easy. Any questions, just drop us an email.
Or you can come see us in the office.
yeah. But hopefully everything's there and you'll be able to figure it all out. So that's it for this one. On the next one, we're going to talk about finances, which we're going to link onto this video. So you should be able to click on the video that's appearing now for that. Right, that's it. So thanks for this bit. We'll see you on the next bit. How do I stop this now? Can't remember.